Assalamualaikum and welcome back to Mysterious YouTube channel. So today we will be discussing a case that is disturbing. So please be advised that the details of this story are intense. So viewer discretion is strongly advised. So without further ado, let's begin. So Noor Suzaily Mukhtar was born on June 9, 1976 in Kangar, Perlis. She was the third child and only daughter of Mukhtar Ibrahim and Harrison Hussein. So growing up in Kangar, Perlis, she was the second eldest among her four siblings and was affectionately known by her family as Suzy. So described as the most pampered child in the family, she was her family pride and joy. So they were willing to make sacrifices to fund her education abroad. And she graduated from Montfort University in the United Kingdom with a degree in computer engineering, fulfilling her lifelong dream of becoming a computer engineer. So she worked in Kuala Lumpur where she had just secured a job at a new company which she was scheduled to report on October 7, 2000. On the morning of October 7, 2000, what should have been a promising new chapter in Suzaily's life tragically became her last day. At approximately 7:30 a.m., Suzaily boarded a Permata Kiara bus, registered number WDE 4256 to travel to Klang. The bus journey started like any other with passengers debarking at various stops along the route. So by the time the bus approached its final destination, Suzaily was the only passenger left on the board, apart from the driver Hanafi Mat Hassin. Unbeknown to Suzaily, Hanafi had sinister intentions. He deliberately diverted the bus from the regular route, locking the emergency exits to prevent any escapes. A sense of uneasiness filled Suzaily as she realized something was wrong. So she attempted to draw attention to her plight by banging on the bus windows, but the heavily tinted glass rendered her efforts fulfilled. So a passenger 18-year-old student, Adivan, noticed the commotion inside the bus as he cycled along Lorong Pengaga in Klang, and he saw a woman in distress knocking on the windows in a state of panic. But his attempt to intervene were thwarted when Hanafi threatened him. Devon, undeterred, pursued the bus on his bicycle. He was soon joined by three other good Samaritans, a motorcyclist, a man in his 50s, and a driving school instructor. Together, they trailed the bus as it weaved through Taman Chiliung before heading toward Jalan Sambau. Inside the bus, Hanafi subjected Suzaily to unimaginable horror. He tied her hands with a scarf, physically assaulted her, and committed both and sodomy. Ultimately, he strangled her to death with the same scarf. Hanafi disposed of Suzaily's lifeless body in a secluded area near a housing construction site in Jalan Bukit Tinggi. He then fled the scene, leaving behind a trail of despair. Her body discovered later that exact day by local residents who immediately contacted the authorities. When Suzaily's remains were found, she was still wearing a long sleeve blouse and a skirt, but her scarf was wrapped tightly around her neck. A subsequent autopsy at Tengku Rahimah Hospital revealed shocking details. Suzaily had sustained 44 injuries, including a fractured neck, and her body bore evidence of the assault she endured. So on October 10, 2000, Hanafi Mat Hassan was apprehended 3 days later after the crime took place at around 2:45 p.m. at the Klang North Bus Terminal. During his arrest, he attempted to mislead investigators by claiming he had lent the bus to a friend. Despite his denials, forensic evidence painted a damning picture. DNA tests confirmed the presence of his semen on Suzaily's body and the bus floor. Additionally, her handbag, which contained her bus ticket and personal documents, was discovered from a drain where Hanafi had discarded it. The ticket became a key piece of evidence. Each bus ticket bore a unique serial number linked to the driver code. So the serial number on Suzaily's ticket matched the driver code SIR 6095, assigned exclusively to Hanafi. Witnesses, including Devon, testified to seeing Suzaily's in distress inside the bus. This testimony, combined with forensics findings, left no room for doubt about Hanafi's culpability. So the trial at Shah Alam High Court commenced in early 2001, spanning 62 days involving 55 witnesses. And during the proceeding, Hanafi displayed violent behavior. At one point, Hanafi was handcuffed to two prison officers, caused a scene when he arrived at the court. A photographer moved in to take his picture and he suddenly lunged forward and kicked them. He managed to strike the hand of New Street Times photographer Muhaizin Yahya, who momentarily lost his balance but fortunately wasn't injured. Earlier, Hanafi had also tried to kick a Bernama photographer but missed. So Hanafi was found guilty of and murder, and the court sentenced him to death by hanging for murder and 20 years imprisonment with 12 strokes of cane for the Hanafi appeals to the federal court and the court appeal were dismissed. And on December 18, 2008, after nearly 8 years of legal proceedings, Hanafi was executed at Kajang prison. So the aftermath of Suzaily's tragic death left an indelible mark on her family and nation. Her father, Mukhtar Ibrahim, expressed a mix of relief and sorrows when Hanafi's execution was carried out. While he felt justice served, the pain of losing his only daughter remained. Hanafi's criminal history revealed of patterns of violence and deceit before the tragic case of Suzaily Mukhtar. Hanafi had been involved in multiple crimes, including and robbery, showcasing a disturbing discord for the law. He had also experienced a turbulent personal life, having been married and divorced 3 times. Notably, Hanafi had only been employed as a bus driver for 10 days before committing the heinous crime. And on the same day he abducted and murdered Suzaily, his wife gave birth to that child, a chilling to the thing on that deepens the tragedy of the actions. So this case marked a turning point for public safety in Malaysia, particularly for women using public transportations. Following the tragic, Malaysian authorities introduced stricter regulations to improve passenger safety. One significant was the prohibition of heavily tinted windows on buses, ensuring better visibility into the vehicle interior, as this measure was implemented to prevent similar crimes and allow passengers to detect suspicious activities more easily. The tragedy of Noor Suzaily Mukhtar's murder not only highlighted the vulnerability women face in public spaces, but also spurred the nation to take action to create a safer environment. And that marks the end of today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and if you found this video informative, please consider liking and subscribing for more stories like this. So, to my viewers, please stay safe and remember to always look out for one another. Goodbye.